Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Dr. Deepa Dahake's Need Biology. I am Dr. Deepa Dahake, Director at Biozone Classes, coming here to boost your preparation for your upcoming NEET examination with my ongoing crash course series for NEET 2020. इन लास्ट सेशन यहाँ हम कह सकते हैं कि लास्ट सेशन से हमने कुछ क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करना यहाँ पे स्टार्ट किए थे एंड इन दैट सीरीज 2 क्वेश्चंस मैंने आप लोगों को दिए थे और कहा था कि आंसर्स भी उसके आप कमेंट बॉक्स में प्रपोज करेंगे या आंसर्स वहां पर देंगे. सो फॉर today's section, first I discuss the answers of those 2 questions and then we come with the or begins with our 3 questions for today's quiz. तो कल जो आप लोगों को मैंने क्वेश्चंस पूछे थे उसमें से फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन आपका था कि विच अमंग द फॉलोइंग इज अ लिविंग फॉसिल एंड फॉर दैट क्वेश्चन आपका आंसर है ऑप्शन डी, दैट इज किंग क्रैब. यू रिमेंबर किंग क्रैब इज अ लिविंग फॉसिल. Second question, in second question, some of the features are provided for identifications of the phylum and whatever features वहाँ provide थे on the basis of those features आपका जो आंसर है उस क्वेश्चन का, सेकेंड क्वेश्चन का, that the answer is phylum Arthropoda. So these 2 answers you remember for those 2 questions and now we will begin with our today's session. So first again I ask you people to 3 questions and you provide the answers of these 3 questions and subscribe my channel, like my videos and be connected with all the videos for your preparation as well as for increase your performance in your upcoming examination. Okay, so in this way first हम यहाँ पर देखिए आज अपने 3 questions first solve करेंगे. ये याद रखिए whatever questions, again I am repeating, whatever questions I am asking here, these questions are I am collecting or picking from the last year NEET exams. So first question today's आज के quiz के लिए आपके लिए है, in case of poriferans spongiocele is lined with the flagellated cells. These flagellated cells are called, option A है आपका ostula, B is coenocyte, C mesenchyme cells and D is ostia. The second question is which one of the following groups of animal only reproduced by sexual means? Option for the second question is Ctenophora, Cnidaria, C is Porifera and D is Protozoa. Now we come towards the question 3. The third question, one of the representative of phylum Arthropoda is, so the option A is silverfish, pufferfish, C is flying fish and D is cuttlefish. So these 3 questions, you go through these questions, write the answer or give the answer in comment box and ask. Also you can ask the any difficulties, any doubts with this topic as well as if you face any difficulty in any another topic, so you are free to ask those difficulties in comment box. Okay, so now we will begin with our today's session. आज जो सेशन हम ले रहे हैं, in that session particularly we study about the chordata because up to last session invertebrates अपना complete हुआ है and chordata अब हम start करेंगे. In chordata first we study about the basic feature or important features of chordates, then we study about the classification of chordata as well as the classification of vertebrata and then we discuss about the one of the superclass or class you can remember, that Cyclostomata. So let's begin with the identical feature of the chordata. Now, when we deals with the important feature of chordata, the 3 important feature of chordata, notochord, present, the second important feature dorsal and hollow nerve cord is present. And the third feature you remember, presence of paired gill slits. So these are the three important features of chordates. Okay, these feature you remember, and in addition to these three features, the other features are all the chordates are bilateral symmetrical. Secondly, they are triploblastic in nature or in organization. Triploblastic, as well as they are animals with true coelom, or you can say the chordates are coelomate. The another feature is developed in chordate, that the presence of post-anal tail. So post-anal tail is also present in chordate. So these important feature you remember for chordata. And now class and superclass wise, we separately study the individual features. Now when we come towards the classification of chordata, so here you remember the chordata broadly divided into protochordate or protochordata, and second is vertebrata. This thing you remember, the protochordata and vertebrata. This division is mainly on the basis of tail. Clear है? On the basis of tail in their lifespan. So this part you remember. Now protochordata when we study, the protochordata further divided into urochordata and cephalochordata. Clear? Whereas vertebrata, when we comes with vertebrata, so vertebrata is further divided into agnatha as well as gnatostomata. So we separately study about the features of vertebrata. Okay. So first you remember for chordata divided into protochordata and vertebrata. Protochordata is divided into urochordata and cephalochordata. Identical feature of urochordata, notochord is present only in larval tail. So the tail of larva only show the presence of notochord. One common example you remember is Ascidia for urochordata. When we come towards the cephalochordata, notochord you remember, notochord is extended, and this extended notochord is persistent throughout the life. So extended from head to tail, and secondly it is persistent, that present throughout the life. Example you remember, Amphioxus commonly, or Linslate also it is use another name. So Amphioxus you remember. Vertebrata, when we come towards the vertebrata, so the notochord is only present in the embryonal stage. So for vertebrata you remember, vertebrate show the presence of notochord only in embryonal stage. Clear? After that, this notochord in vertebrates, notochord in vertebrate is replaced by cartilaginous or bony vertebral column. So that part you remember, notochord in vertebrata is replaced by the vertebral column. But key feature that the presence of notochord, urochordata show only in tail of larva. Cephalochordata, persistent notochord is present and it extended from head towards the tail. And in vertebrata, this notochord is only present for a embryonal development stages, and during the course of development, the notochord is replaced by the vertebral column that may be cartilaginous or bony vertebral column. Okay, now we come towards the classification of vertebrata, and then we go one by one for each and every class. So vertebrata, when we study, so vertebrata are broadly divided into agnatha and gnathostomata. This is whether the jaw is present or absent. So agnatha, you remember, jawless vertebrate, and here the jaw is present. Again, here you remember, gnatha includes only cyclostomata or cyclostomes we are saying. So cyclostomata you remember, and gnathostomata further divided into two, that depending on the presence or absence of the limbs. So tetrapoda, one class we refer. So here you remember, the gnathostomata is divided. One class include animal without limbs, but instead of limbs, here fins are present. So that part you remember. And species or commonly fishes हम कह रहे हैं, they are included under this class. After that, the second you remember, the second is tetrapoda. Tetra means four, poda means leg. So here you remember, two pair of limbs are present, and these two pair of limbs you remember, forelimb and hindlimb, and according to their identical features, the tetrapoda is further divided into amphibia, reptilia, then for air habitat or aerial habitat we study one superclass, that is apes, and the most developed and advanced is mammals or mammalia. So this classification you remember for the vertebrata, and after that we come towards the next description for the cyclostomata. So now we begins with cyclostomata. Towards our next superclass, that is cyclostomata. So features of cyclostomata you remember, one most of the time only one question is asked for the cyclostomata, that is for this point. So first we discuss all the feature. Cyclostome you remember, they are generally ectoparasites on some fishes. Second, the elongated body present with 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits, and these gill slits are responsible for respiration. Third is one of the most important statement, the circular mouth fishes or jawless fishes. So jawless fishes आप याद रखते हैं, they are present in cyclostomata, but along with jawless fishes you remember the circular mouth fishes also. So these fishes are showing the circular mouth without jaw. So jawless fishes with circular mouth you remember for the objective. Then the body is present without scales. So the body is devoid of scales, as well as paired fins are also absent. The next feature is the cranium as well as vertebral column. So cranium and vertebral column here you remember is made up of cartilage. Circulation as vertebrata और chordata के features आप study कर रहे हैं. So the feature of this feature is similar in all the chordates that you remember. Now the circulation is only closed type. This one is the most important feature for your upcoming NEET exam, that the cyclostomes are marine, but for the process of spawning they move towards the fresh water. After the process of spawning, the adult fish become die and the larva undergoes in metamorphosis, and once the metamorphosis is completed, after that the larva or the new individuals जो develop हुए हैं, those return back to the ocean. So this point you remember, the fishes which migrate to for the spawning from ocean towards the fresh water, those fishes predominantly आपके किसको belong कर रहे हैं, cyclostomata को. Two examples are provided. So these two example you remember very well, petromyzon और lamprey कह रहे हैं आप, and myxine और hagfish. So cyclostomata, two important feature for objective purpose you remember, that the fishes, jawless fishes with circular mouth, and second you remember at the time of spawning these cyclostomes migrate from ocean towards the fresh water, and once the larva get metamorphosized, then the larva again return back towards the ocean water. Okay, so this part you remember for cyclostomata. And now the next super class is species, where we study about the different kinds of fishes. In this super class is further divided into two classes according to the endoskeleton. So chondrichthyes and osteichthyes are the two classes for the species, and chondrichthyes include all the cartilaginous fishes, where osteichthyes आप याद रखिएगा, the class osteichthyes include only the bony fishes. One another important thing you remember for these fishes, the chondrichthyes means the fishes without air bladder. This is one of the most important feature. Because of the absence of air bladder, chondrichthyes or cartilaginous fishes regularly swim in water body, because if they stay for a short duration of time or if they stay for a while, their body sink into the water. So in this feature you remember, the chondrichthyes are the fishes without air bladder, whereas osteichthyes जब आप study कर रहे हैं, so osteichthyes are commonly you remember the fishes with air bladder. Clear? So these things you remember, and now we make a comparative analysis between the chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. So students, now we come towards the comparative analysis of bony fishes and cartilaginous fishes. Chondrichthyes include all cartilaginous fishes, and osteichthyes you remember bony fishes are placed under the class osteichthyes. First difference you see, the cartilaginous fishes are marine animals, whereas the bony fishes are normally they present in marine as well as freshwater habitat. This part now clear it is. The cartilaginous endoskeleton is present in chondrichthyes, and osteichthyes show the presence of bony skeleton endoskeleton. This point is important again for your upcoming examinations. The location of the mouth in cartilaginous fishes, mouth you remember, mouth is ventrally located, whereas when we study about the orientation of mouth in osteichthyes, so in osteichthyes you remember mouth is located terminally. Then the gill slits, this point again you remember, the gill slits are separate, as well as these gill slits are present without operculum, whereas in bony fishes the four pair of gills are present and these gills are covered by an operculum. So this part you remember. Now the body show the presence of scales. When we study about the scales, so that part you remember, the body show placoid scales, whereas in osteichthyes the body is showing the presence of cycloid or ctenoid scales. The jaw of the chondrichthyes or the cartilaginous fishes, the jaw is very powerful, teeth are present and teeth are backwardly oriented. These are basically, ये point याद रखिएगा, true and false type of statement based questions के लिए. These animals predominantly are predaceous animals and they are cold blooded. If we come towards the osteichthyes or bony fishes, so here you remember bony fishes are also cold blooded, or commonly they are called as poikilotherms. I think you clear about these terms, that what does the cold blooded or poikilotherm word stands. Now due to absence of this point, again यहाँ इस point से one year question is asked. So the due to absence of air bladder, they have to swim constantly. So chondrichthyes or cartilaginous fishes never be go for a rest, they constantly swim in water, because if they stay for a while, then their body get moist or their body get sink inside the water. So that part you remember. Whereas in osteichthyes or bony fishes, you remember, bony fishes show the presence of air bladder, and because of the presence of air bladder, it helps to regulate the buoyancy. So for swimming habitat, whatever features are required to protect the sinking of body, that feature is called as buoyancy. So this you remember, the air bladder is present in bony fishes and it maintain the buoyancy. After that, ये तो clear है आप सभी को, the fishes are showing the presence of two chambered heart, one auricle and one ventricle. Then next, the difference for the fertilization also you remember, the bony fishes and chondrichthyes or cartilaginous fishes when we study. So the fertilization is internal fertilization, and most of the animals are viviparous in case of the class chondrichthyes. Whereas bony fishes you remember usually show the external fertilization, and they are oviparous as well as show the direct development. One most important feature of the chondrichthyes or for the cartilaginous fishes, you remember this point. Again, ye whatever points I am saying important, actually 1 or 2 year these points are combined with each other, or 4-5 statement, in the form of 4-5 statement. These points are provided, and then the question is for finding out the example of which phylum or which class. So that part you remember. So here these features you remember, gill slits present without operculum, air bladder is completely absent, scales आपके किस टाइप के हैं, placoid scales, fertilization is internal, and then after the male individuals, in male individual pelvic fins are present, and this pelvic fins show the presence of claspers, or you remember they show bears the presence of bear the claspers. So this is the identical feature है आपका for the males of chondrichthyes or male individual in category of cartilaginous fishes. When we come towards the examples, so torpedo and trigone, predominantly you remember for your exams, torpedo electric organ is present in this fish, and trigone commonly called as stingray because it shows the presence of poisonous sting. And in osteichthyes number of examples are there, but exocoitus you remember as a flying fish, clarias और magur you remember. clarias आप स्टडी करेंगे इकोलॉजी में जब आप स्टडी करते हैं अबाउट द एलिन स्पीसीज or the introduction of exotic species, how affect the local vegetation or local population. So in that part you study one again time for the example, that is clarias or magur, and then labio remember it is one of the most common freshwater fish. So this is all about today's class, that we study first the features of chordata, then the classification of chordata. In chordata आपने study किया है, it divided into protochordata and vertebrata. Protochordata further आपके divides हुए हैं, urochordata and cephalochordata. Remember their key features with one important example. And then vertebrates को हमने divide किया था jawless vertebrate and vertebrate with developed jaw. So in jawless vertebrate और agnatha आप कह रहे हैं, we study about the cyclostomata. Cyclostomata अगर आप study करेंगे या recall करते हैं, so for cyclostomata you remember the circular mouth fishes, jawless fishes, and one most important feature is that for the process of spawning, cyclostome move from ocean towards the fresh water, and their larva after metamorphosis again return back to the ocean. And now after that we study about the class species. So super class species जो आप study कर रहे हैं, that further divided according to its skeleton, that is endoskeleton, into two classes, that the cartilaginous fishes placed in chondrichthyes and the bony fishes are placed in osteichthyes. Okay, so this is all for today's session. In next session we go for the comparative analysis of the four, that is the amphibia, reptilia, apes and mammalia. So we study the comparative analysis for all these four. and one by one we find out the important and key features of these particular individuals. Okay, so by that time stay connected with my channel, be motivated and prepare yourself very well so you can improve your performance in your upcoming examination of NEET 2020. Thank you and stay blessed.